Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Miami. This is season 6, and I'm going to be covering episodes 16 and 17. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are not, and leave your comments below. I have some things to get off my chest, but I'll get it off a little bit later. I don't think that this will be a long video, even though we're doing 2 videos. I'm just giving you my thoughts on certain things because this is almost the end of the Mexico trip, episode 16. In this episode, Kiki ends up apologizing to Lisa. Lisa apologizes. She says that she's been in fight mode. I mean, this is how I feel. I kind of just feel like it was still an excuse, Lisa. Some of the things that you said are like, wait a minute. But she did say, I should have never said, I can't deal with your childhood trauma. Excuse me. But it's still like, where did all that stuff come from? And people could just say that it's just about the divorce, but you make sure that you hurt somebody in that way that did not deserve it. And you were just mad because someone told you, look, don't be doing that. You're trying to talk down about these, where you're at, and throwing food at the dogs, and it was inappropriate in how you were acting and behaving. Anyways, they made up. So, at least from that end, I still got a good eye on Lisa because I still don't like the behavior that she did display. But whatever. Of course, this is the last day. Gertie's not feeling well. She said that she's been coughing up green stuff and all that. She's just going to chill, all that good stuff. What happened next is they're going to have a birthday dinner for Kiki and Julia. It's around this time during the season. That's when their birthdays actually happen. I kind of want a little break from Miami just so that we can see something else. Well, since they're in Miami, it's probably best to do it now because after a while, it's just going to be raining in Florida. That's all it does. So it probably just needs to stay the same, so never mind. What did happen in between? Did anything happen in between? I know they did like shopping and all that good stuff. Not much. Okay, so they do have the dinner. They have the cake. Ended up smashing cake in both Julia and Kiki's faces, so they just having fun and all that good stuff, and rubbing cake in each other's faces at this point. Marisol, she's not going straight home to Miami. She's basically just giving her goodbye. They're not going to see her because she's going on her a trip with Steve to Scotland. They're going to renew their vows. Let's see. So that was about it. So that was the last day, and they returned back home to Miami. The only real major thing that was happening is that they're talking about Larsa and what happened with Michael Jordan. They had asked, how are the parents handling you dating Marcus? And she said, everyone's cool. The mom is cool. The mom was just liking a picture that we had, gave us 3 hearts. They said, what about Michael? And she said, he's fine with it. That's all I know. Blah, 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 blah. But, of course, everyone's snooping around like, no, Larsa's lying. Because the news article came with the video of Michael laughing about what did you think about Larsa and Marcus being together. They asked him a second time after his laugh, and he said he doesn't like it. So they're like, well, Larsa doesn't really give any straight answers about anything. Well, really, it's not Larsa's job to tell you what's really going on if parents like her or not. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't. They're grown. They're grown. So anyways, it's the next episode. And everybody's talking about Larsa. Larsa just lies and just tries to talk over stuff. So Adriana says, well, I have to go play tennis with her, and now I got to ask her this stuff. It's all the blogs. Hopefully that everything is well. So They talk about it, and Larsa says that I guess everything's okay. He laughed. I don't know. And really, Larsa doesn't feel comfortable saying anything. That is Marcus's father. He has something to should have something to say about it. So her, Kiki, and all that, they try to question all this stuff. When Larsa gets back home and talks with Marcus about it, like, hey, everyone's interrogating me about this, and Marcus was saying that his dad is cool with it. Larsa, I think she said in her confessional, if he wasn't okay with it, then we would not be together. I she's a stickler of not wanting to mess up anyone's relationship, and that's cool to know. Gertie, well, let me just say this so I can be just nice to her. Gertie is about to take chemotherapy, and she's having an emotional moment because she's about to cut off her hair. Russell cuts it off, and he's there. He cuts some off, and she's like, "How does it look?" Then, after a while, he directs her face to his face, and they lock. It says, "You're beautiful." I said, "Lord, we all need a partner like Russell." He was pouring into her while he was doing it. It was magical to actually see. So Gertie had all that off. Later on, probably beforehand, she talks with Nicole. Apparently, Larsa was in the press talking about one of the cast members bit her. We find out that Kiki was the one that bit her. Nothing that was serious at all, but Kiki's like, I thought we were really making strides to be a friend, and then you do this, da 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 da. We find out that Larsa didn't even say her name, but somehow you're emotional and all that, and it's just like, I really don't understand Gertie. I have not understood her since she came into this group. I think that she could be. I think she gets in her own way. I really think she gets in her own way. And 85% of stuff that goes on is because of her. Larsa never should have said whatever about her. And we're not even talking about that. But it's like, Gert, you're upset? She doesn't want to be used as clickbait. Nobody knew it was you, girl. Nobody knew. So anyways, I'm kind of talking. What else has happened? Alexia is moving, and they'll be in the place next week. It's in a really small place. I'm like, what the crap? But she said that's the only thing that was available at the time that they were able to get it. Blah 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 blah. So then she's talking with Peter. That's over. She was thinking about things concerning Gertie. She wants to make sure everything's lined up with her estate and all that. Todd's at work right now, even though he should be moving, but whatever. She wants to put it in the will that anything happens to her, that Frankie will go to him. And she said, 7 years ago, that would have never been possible, but now she sees that he would be very viable to take care of his brother. I mean, if you want to talk about people that are comfortable, Frankie's not going to be good with a stranger. Even though I have my doubts about Peter, I guess, whatever. Marisol's gone, as we know. Kiki doesn't have anything going on at this moment. Julia and Alexia, they meet up. They're getting closer. Julia's trying to find ways to make money off of her farm, and she really wants to reconstruct it so that her wife, now I forgot her name, would want to stay more at the farm with her. Look, Julia, you're not going to get her to stay out there. You are not going to be able to get her to do that. So she's trying to renovate it to make it look a little bit more chic. No, she's going to stay out there in Miami. That's where she is. So don't even try it. I don't see it happening, but whatever. So they're making marmalades and guava and all this good stuff, but they're bonding over that. Adriana calls to invite the ladies. She's having a party at Mr. Emilio Estevan's hotel. She's going to be singing there, and I guess he's going to be playing there, playing the bongos or drums or something for her, but inviting the ladies. Havana Nights is what it's going to be themed. Of course, all the ladies are coming, blah, 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 blah. Nicole, she meets with her dad and her hoochie mama girlfriend, Isis. She's 38, and it was kind of awkward at first, but everything kind of was different. Everything kind of chilled out or calmed out. Nicole was asking the questions. She felt like she was more the parent, and that's interrogating a 17-year-old to try to find out their intentions. It's basically the dad who says that he's ready to marry, and he's very into Isis's um, periods because he wants to get her pregnant and all this good stuff. But whatever, they hit it off, and it was well. We do know, and I'll just say it now, that Nicole's father did pass away. Rest in peace to Nicole's father. I forgot his name, unfortunately. And of course, Nicole's trying to have a baby. I think the mom asked, what if you, or no, this was in the confessional. The interviewer asked, what if you two got pregnant around the same time? She said, I'm having a private room. No, we're not pushing out our babies at the same time, if it did actually happen. Oh, Larsa did do her tequila line down there in Mexico. Alexia feels like Larsa acts like she's the only one that's hustling and doing things alone. Da, 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 da. We're all hustling. Alexia had this way of shutting down Larsa. All Larsa was asking is that everyone be supportive of her. And she said, yeah, be supportive. Be supportive of Alexia, Frankie, and da, 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 da. Be supportive of that. Like, Alexia wasn't having it. But Larsa didn't really want to get into it. And I think if those other investors were around, she would have really got into that deal. But whatever. All right, so it's Havana Nights. The ladies all show up. Lisa. Never mind. Lisa. She's with her mom. Her mom is Jamaican. And I think her aunt, maybe grandmother, whatever. We get a little backstory because forever I was hearing that Lisa had nothing to do with the parents or whatever, or with her family. And she was just all alone. So she finally came in for support. They don't like being around Liddy because of the mistreatment that Liddy does do to them when they do come around. So we find out that Lisa travels back to Canada 3 times a year. I was like, oh. I don't know why Lisa ended up marrying a man that didn't like or respect my family, but hey, that's all on you, Lisa. That's all on you. It does happen, but I just think that you're a lot more intelligent than that. But whatever. All right, so Havana Nights. This is Adriana's night. All that good stuff. Everyone meets around. Everyone looks pretty good. They start talking about Marcus and all that. Like they are so pinpoint to find out really what's going on. I'm like, what the crap? I just don't care. But Julia just is very nosy and messy these days. Whatever. So they ended up, Gertie, who said that I'm not for any of the BS, all of a sudden she wants to talk. So she has a problem with what Larsa did. And Larsa said, we aren't supposed to bring any names, and I didn't do that. It's a back and forth. Gertie's not backing down, and Larsa's not backing down because nothing was meant to hurt you or bother you. For whatever reason you are, and I don't even get it why you are. Your name wasn't mentioned. And Larsa started insulting her because it's like, look, you don't want to be friends with me. You still want to start something with me. Then look, we're just not going to be friends. And go take care of your health. I got other stuff going on, and you're just too. Really, she was annoyed. And guess what? I'm taking Larsa's side. Gertie, I have no clue why you brought that up. And then your last resort was to take off your hat and wig. To say, this is what I'm going through. So this is your way to escape out of an argument because Larsa just won't say I'm sorry for something that she doesn't need to be sorry about. I know you guys are going to argue with me and be mad. I don't care. I don't understand why you would do this, Gertie. That you're ready to leave and getting dramatic and everybody got to come. You are very odd and weird, and I have nothing more to say in regards to that. But you did this. You used your cancer. You used this moment as some type of way to one-up Larsa because Larsa was not going to give you the moment that you wanted. I don't like it. Adriana performs. It's a new song called Movento. It's called Move. So she performs, and it's really good. Congratulations, Adriana. Everyone does their catch-up. Of course, Gertie goes through her cancer, her chemotherapy. It's a success. 127 days later, she has a clean bill of health, and she rings the bell. Lisa says that she moved into a condo while they're waiting for the house to be built, and Liddy is contesting the settlement. And nobody knows when it's going to actually be done. Um, let me see what else. Kiki is dating someone in Los Angeles. She's spending more time down there, but she's not willing to tell what's going on. Julia, since Martina has a clean bill of health, they're going to start the adoption process again. As I said before, Nicole's father did pass away, and now she is pregnant. Uh, Marcus has given Larsa a promise ring, and they're talking about marriage. Um, of course, we see that um, Marisol and Steve, they did renew their vows. They plan on doing something further with Todd and Alexia, which will be a real official wedding at some point. Todd and Alexia, they went to Italy. They said, despite the rumors of financial problems, they said no. I think that Alexia just got a Fieri, and of course they went over to Italy. Who's left? Who's left? Who is left? I think everyone's been taken care of. But that's all I do have. What's supposed to happen, which I don't really like, is there's going to be a part 1 reunion for Miami on Wednesday, and then a part 2 reunion of Miami on Thursday of next week. It's not even like going to be part 3, 1 week, part 1, 1 week, part 2, or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out why Miami got 2 parts. Where they had a lot more stuff going on than even Beverly Hills, but I'm sure Beverly Hills is going to get a part 3 reunion. So all I can say is I'm going to try to do my best, but I'm not going to overload myself on next week. And I feel like Bravo is doing whatever to sabotage Miami. They don't really like it that much, but that's all I do have. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Also subscribe to my channel and leave your comments. Until the next video, peace.